California's forests and wildlands have significantly been affected by climate change over the past 8 years. The state's largest and most destructive fires have occurred in this period. The limitation of knowledge on this subject indicates that continual monitoring of changes with lessons from new scientific discovery is necessary. The ever-increasing threat to wildlands of California makes waiting for information not an option. The 2012 to 2016 drought was unprecedented in its combination of warmth and dryness, with its negative impact seen in record tree mortality. California's largest and most destructive fires have occurred over the past 8 years. 5 fires are currently underway as this is written. Trends indicate that the federal government's wildlife management strategies, past and present, have been inadequate. Wildlife management strategies should shift away from fire suppression towards adaptive resilience approach that focuses on the environment's ability to withstand a wildfire and recover naturally. The expansion of urban populations into high-risk wildfire regions, along with aging utility infrastructure, has created a tinderbox for disaster. Overhead power lines strung through forested areas are increasingly under threat of damage from overgrowth, creating potential wildfire ignition points. Seasonal high winds and changing climate have made this threat more severe. Several recent devastating fires have had far-reaching effects on the environment, leaving endangered species at risk of further harm. Numerous watersheds have been severely impacted. Extreme heat resulting from catastrophic wildfires scorches soil in a manner that natural fires do not. These soils do not absorb water properly, leading to contaminated runoff, affecting aquifers and reservoirs. Furthermore, human habitation, recreation, and industry have taken a huge hit. Creating and implementing policy to limit the fuel loads in the environment can reduce the potential for many catastrophic wildfires. There are numerous policy options on the table for reducing the risk of catastrophic fire, many of which can result in unforeseen consequences. An adaptive management approach will be used to optimize the results. While California seeks to come to grips with the realities it faces from uninformed forest management practices of the past and the ever-expanding risk of catastrophic wildfire, this new vision embraces the adaptive management approach. WFV organization will be involved with all relevant stakeholders in an attempt to return California's wildlands to a more resilient, sustainable equilibrium for the benefit of all involved, while reducing the threat of catastrophic wildfire to man and the natural environment alike. The first primary objective is to reduce the excess fire fuels in the environment by means of prescribed burns, removal of the underbrush, encouragement of fire-resistant landscaping, allowing natural fires to burn, and enhanced management of forest plantations. The second primary objective is to reduce the potential sources of ignition, including an elimination of vegetation near overhead power lines, and reducing the potential for ignition as a result of equipment failure. This will need to be addressed through system hardening, enhanced inspections, and public safety power shutoffs. The stakeholders involved are literally all living creatures. However, those stakeholders that must be most involved are municipal, state, federal, and tribal government organizations, wildlife watchdog organizations, timber and wood products industries, public utilities, landowners, farmers, ranchers, and the public at large. With the desire to mitigate the ill effects of past policies, WFV organization, in partnership with the Forest Management Task Force and local utilities, aims to restore the natural ecosystem of forest lands and rangelands to a sustainable, manageable equilibrium that allows for human habitation, recreation, and industry with minimal risk of wildfire. Education, climate change, air quality, watershed viability, and the welfare of endangered species will be major considerations in order to preserve the planet for future generations.